I know this when I know you're rolling, but like when you do an interview, do you like just let it roll through, or you cut it? Like,
yeah, I'll cut like a certain parts. I'll cut some things up for you.
If I say some wild shit, cut that shit out. I'm not talking shit. No, I don't give a fuck. I really don't. Well, yeah, that's how I feel. So what? I've had rappers threaten me like, if I have to come to the Northwest, I'm like, come, please. You gonna put that as in a teaser trailer? Like, yeah, come to Southwest. The logo, you know, no sponsorships. Unless you guys want to give me some money, then.
Diego, what's going on, man?
What up? What up? What's going on, man?
Directed by Diego. Is that your real name, or is that like your moniker? That
no, my real name is Diego. Yeah, so yeah, that's my real name. Actually, I got started. I wanted to do films. I wanted to do shorts and like movies and shit like that. And the first thing I did was like a horror film with some friends, and the music video shit wasn't really even like a thought in my mind, you know. But after I did the short, I was like, oh, I'm gonna do some, I'll probably do some music videos.
At what age was this?
Oh, this was like, I don't want to reveal my age, but I would say this was like 2014, so like 6 years ago.
Did you always know you wanted to be into films?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I wanted to do that since I was a kid.
Yeah, take us back. Like, let us know.
Oh
like,
yeah. Oh man.
Growing up, like, where are you from?
I was born in Mexico. If you want to take it, we're getting the real story here now. We moved here when I was like 3. So basically, my entire life I've been like living here.
Was there any particular reason, like, why'd your family?
It's typical, immigrant shit. They want a better life, type of stuff, But I've always liked films, man. Like, I always liked movies. I spend like hours like watching the same shit. You know what I mean? Like, probably movies I wasn't even old enough to understand at the time. You know what I mean? Like, and just watching with my older brother because he likes movies too. Like, my whole family really likes movies. Like,
what was it about movies that attracted you to them? Was it?
It was just it was like my imagination could take me there. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I can be in this place, or this is cool. And then when I was, I think it was Jurassic Park that really, like, to me was like, oh shit, like, there's dinosaurs, how the fuck they do that? I was like 7, 8 years old or some shit when that came out. And it was one of those things that kind of fascinated me, and then I would just look into it at the time the internet wasn't really the thing, you know what I mean? So you couldn't really just hop on your phone and be like, oh, how the fuck they make this shit, you know what I'm saying? But, it was always like, it was a family tradition. Every Sunday we go to a movie theater, you know what I mean? So like my whole family would go, and that's all we did, every Sunday. So that's kind of what sparked it, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was always like had a love just for watching movies.
Did your family support it? Like, you say you was into film, so they supported your decision, like?
They didn't really understand it because they like with Hispanics they're really like on you gotta find a steady job and that kind of shit. So they ain't not support it, but they're like, if you do what you gotta do, you know what I mean? So I was still working and shit. I was still working, still doing that, and I had a normal job and I was filming. So I was doing both for a while.
Okay. And how did you get your first camera?
I bought it. You know what I'm saying? Like, my girl got pretty pissed about it when I bought it because it was so much money at the time. Because now cameras aren't as expensive as they were a few years ago. You know what I mean? Like, you're talking 5, 6 years ago. They weren't that expensive compared to like 10 years prior to that. But now you can get like a cinema camera for like $1,000. You know what I mean? Like, they're in like, or you're freaking, you know what I mean? Like, people make movies on these things. So it's like, she was like, why the hell would you spend this much money on all this shit?
What kind of camera was it?
I think it was a T3i.
Okay, yeah, I think a lot of people.
Man, I was rocking that T3, bro. I was rocking that T3i for like, until the Sony's came out. Maybe one day, if you're a day one, like one of my close friends, you've seen it, but maybe one day I'll release it to the masses and let everybody see it. It's on YouTube right now. It's on YouTube, but it's unlisted, so it's like, private.
Can we drop the link?
I might give you guys the exclusive. I might, so it was really bad though. It was terrible. But we actually had like a theater premiere and everything, which is kind of crazy. A bunch of people from Southwest showed up. I'm like, damn, I didn't know I had this kind of
A lot
support.
of people supported you.
Yeah, no, for sure. And then from that point, like I was like, the whole music video thing was like, oh, I'll just do them for practice and get better, just to kind of like sharpen my blade. You know what I'm saying? To like get better at the movies, but it snowballed into like this, to people just like legit hiring me, to a point where I was doing more videos where I couldn't like work as much. I'm like, I'm just gonna quit, like, and I just quit. Well,
Did you quit
construction? I was working
construction?
Yeah.
Okay, so the whole time you were doing both, like trying to juggle?
For a while, yeah, I was doing both. And it was, like I said, it was just one day I was like, man, I'm just going to do this full time. Because I didn't want to do construction. And I was being booked a lot anyways. And
it gets hard, juggling a job.
Man, it was days, I don't know if she still has that picture up, but Rocky B posted a picture of me in my, like, I came straight from work to go shoot her video. You know what I mean? I went straight from work. I was in, like, dirty-ass pants, like boots, all like just straight from work, and shot the video. And there was days like that where I did that, or the opposite, where I'm like up all night and I'm just like, fuck, I gotta go to work at 6 a.m, like go straight to work. So
who was your first artist that you worked with as far as your music videos? Like, who reached out first, or did you reach out to artists along the way?
Well, some of the it was like just, I don't even know their artist names now, but like it was some local rappers from like my hood from Southwest that I was like shooting. But the first, I guess, like known rapper was Boldy James, actually. Okay. Boldy James and there's another artist named Big Swag. They were like kind of the first like artists that from Detroit that I like booked, or they booked me or whatever.
How did that relationship come about?
Well, Boldy knew. It was with a friend of mine that was shooting his videos, and he couldn't shoot the video, so he liked how my shit was. So he was like, "You shoot the video, whatever." So I'm like, "All right." So that happened. Same thing with the Swag video. Like, it was like they were trying to look for someone trying to book him, but he couldn't do it. So they pushed it on to me. So I'm like, all right. And then from there, my younger brother was like, oh, you should work with this person, that person, that person. And he was reaching out to a lot of them. And their response were like, oh yeah, he's dope, but we don't like who he's shooting for. Like, those were their responses, which I will not name who these people were. They're known Detroit artists. Until he reached out to Chanel, who's Icewear Vezzo's manager, and she immediately was like, oh, he's dope. Got the video with him. And then from that point, since he's so known, it was like that kind of spiraled. And I mean, I was doing all that stuff with him for a while. We still work together now, but like, it was like, oh, it was me. Our names were synonymous. You know what I mean? It's me and Vaz, me and Vaz, me and Vaz. You know what I'm saying? So it was like that for a while. So until,
Is the relationship deeper than just the videos? Or with me,
I would say with Vaz it is, and a couple other artists it is for sure. Like, even though I don't shoot with him as much, but I can call bro and be like, man, like, this is that. We've had some deep conversations and shit on some real shit.
So what caused you to kind of back away from, or kind of?
Well, when he went to jail, obviously, to prison, like, we didn't shoot as much. But then I also moved too, so like when I moved, that kind of like, he couldn't just like, I couldn't just pull up anymore because I was in a whole other state. You know what I mean? So that kind of like, he had to go another route. You know what I mean? It's because prior to me moving, he just, yo, where you at? And I would pull up. He'd be one of the few artists that I would do that with. You know what I mean? Because we had that relationship already. Like, you can't do that with me now. I wouldn't want to. Like with him, yeah, but or some other artists, yeah, but not just anybody. Just because, like, I haven't built that with them. You know what I mean? If I build that with an artist, then I'll do it for sure, 100%. But like, not just anybody. I can't do that. You know what I mean? Like, especially now, like, I guess in a sense my style has grown into like more concepts and stuff that's what I want to do. Like, I want to stay away from just doing like the normal shit and try to do like more conceptual shit. You know what I mean? Like,
what's your goal? Like, where are you aiming?
Well, I mean, I would want to go back to films and do narrative, but like, I feel like my narrative concept when it's like telling a story are my strongest videos, where I can tell a story or short imagery and shit like that. Those are my strongest videos versus like the flashy shit where they're showing money and all that other shit. But I mean, that's just not me. You know what I mean? That's just not what I like anyways. I'm pretty plain Jane right now, so.
So when you said you reached out to artists and they were telling you that.
Well, my younger brother did.
Okay, and they were telling you that you couldn't.
A lot of them were like, they thought I was good. They just, like, some of their responses were just because the people I work with, they didn't care for those because they weren't known. You know what I mean? So
I think that's like that's big in I think like the urban rap scene. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, well, you shot with him. I don't really mess with him.
Yeah.
So I don't want to shoot with. I don't want to.
Or if they don't even know them at all, like if they're like super unknown, they're like, you know, they're not gonna like, you know. So it's just like, I wasn't getting booked a lot either because a lot of people thought it was just exclusive to like Vaz, which I didn't care because I'd rather just have shoot with somebody I have a good chemistry with anyways. You know what I'm saying? Me and him were making dope, like really like dope visuals. So to me, that never bothered me. You know what I mean? That never really like. I never was like, damn, he's taking money out of my pocket. Never, because he's not like that. You know what I mean? I never thought of it like that. I just thought of it like, I got a good bond with him, a good chemistry. We're on the roll. Let's just keep it like that. I'd rather just do that. And I'd rather work with a solid foundation of clientele than trying to get a bunch of new people that might just shoot one video, maybe two, versus people I can build with and create.
You rather build,
visuals.
Right?
Yeah, I'd rather build with,
you know,
with 10 strong clients where people would just. Sometimes they just get mad, like they just think you're gonna home or something with a video. I'm like, bro, I just be busy. Trust me.
Do you run into that like?
No, I don't really run into like having to deal with no shit like that for real.
How do you stay away from it? How do you keep yourself away from those situations? Because I know
I just screen who I work with. I just know like not to work with like when I have that initial conversation, I just be like, all right, I already know this about to be a headache or this about to be some bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, I just try to and plus like I like to hear the song too. You know what I mean? Like. You know,
do you turn down songs a lot?
Yeah, I have to turn down some shit. I had to turn man, I don't even want to play the person's song, but I had to find it in my email. But like, I'll let you listen to it after off screen. But I heard this one song, I was like, if I do this, because I know they had the money to pay for it. You know what I mean? It was nobody known or anything, but I just know they had the money to pay for me. But I'm like, I would.
Sometimes it's not all about the money.
No, hell no.
Because you gotta sit there and edit it.
Look,
like, that's the
please,
worst part.
This is any advice you can take from me today, from anybody up and coming. Don't do it just because of money, bro. Anybody, bro, ladies, whatever. Don't fucking do this shit just because of money. Because one, you'll hate it. Two, you know, you have to doing this shit in general. You have to have a love for this shit. If you don't have a love for this shit, then like, why the fuck are you doing it? You know what I mean? Like, like this ain't the type of shit you just like. Oh, it's a hustle. Because you're going to hate the fucking shit. You're going to hate it. They hate dealing with people that get mad over dumb shit. And once you have that conversation with them, they're like, oh, that's what you know, like a lot of times a text message will turn heated. And then I call them and be like, what's up? And then it's like, no, bro, I was just feeling this way, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, well, you know, I'm busy, but I got you.
A lot of times artists don't know how to deal with their emotions.
Yeah, and it's like,
emotional.
you just, it's a phone call would clear everything up versus a text message, because that text message might be like some threatening shit, and you're like, oh, what the fuck's going on now? Like, you know what I mean? But, I mean, a lot of times I avoided a lot of shit.
Some situations to where you felt like you were, like it was life or death over a video? Nah. You were like, man, I gotta kind of watch my back or something like that.
Fuck no. Never that serious, man. Like, nah, I don't want to put myself. I don't think not that I know of. You know what I'm saying? But I've never had nobody really threaten my life like that for real, over a video. And if you did, I mean, I think a lot of times people don't, like artists just don't understand. Like, you get busy. You know what I mean? And especially now, like everybody needs content. And I'm my biggest problem as a director or a creative, whatever, is I don't know how to say no sometimes, and I need to. You know what I mean? I need to say no because it's like, damn, I want to do that shit. I want it, and I think I'm Superman when it comes to this shit. I can do all this shit by myself, and that's what puts me in like sometimes in a weird predicament when I gotta have a conversation with somebody like, oh yeah, my bad, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, or like figure out how to make amends. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like, you know, people might say some shit to me. And then you call them, and then be like, everything's cool, smooth. You know, you smooth it out, and it's all great.
And you diffuse the situation.
Yeah.
Like, you mainly shoot. Well, starting out, did you mainly shoot like run and gun, like pulling up in neighborhoods and everything?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I still kind of do now, but like, it just depends who it is, really, for real. If I had that relationship.
Have you ever ran into any situations at night, like with the police or with an artist that put you in a situation where you like, man, you got home like that was a wild situation?
I'm trying to think, man. No, not that. I mean, like not with police. They usually like, oh, you know, you can't film here, no shit like that. But like, I ain't never been in no shootout or something like that. Like, no. And I avoid going. And you know, look, I'm smart about shit, bro. Like, you gotta be protected out here.
You don't have a lot of videos with guns in your face. I noticed. No. Do you stay away from those?
It's not. I think it's the artist. When I watch their videos, I know like, oh, that's the type of artist.
Like I'm not going around 100 guns.
Yeah. I've done them. Yeah, you'll probably if you search for them for sure, you'll see them. But like, you know, sometimes I'd be like, yeah, throw that gun in my face again, or not in my face, but like in the cameras, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I embrace that shit, but most of the time, like the artists I work with, they just want to do concepts and shit. They come to me now for that. Like they're like,
for the concept.
This.
Do you feel like you're known for the concepts and
yeah, I think I am. I think I'm starting to become that. You know what I mean?
Are you rolling with it? Like, are you accepting it?
Yeah, because that's what I want. Yeah. You know, that's what I want. I want to be able to give an artist the look that somebody has signed already. They just got to understand, hey, I might have to spend an extra $200-300 or whatever the fuck for a location or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
How do you deal with small budgets?
Man, I make the best of anything, bro. For real.
Will you turn down an artist if he can't afford? Like, do you work with everybody?
I don't work with everybody, but I have turned down. No, because I have this is an artist I work with. His name is Courtney Bell. When we first started shooting videos, he didn't really have it all the time, but his music was just strong.
Yeah, I'm familiar with Courtney.
Yeah, for sure.
He's blowing up definitely.
Bro,
like his numbers are going crazy.
Bro, that's one of the artists I'm telling you. Like that bond became deeper. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like, if Courtney called me right now, like yo, I want to shoot a video, pull up. I'll leave this fucking interview and just go. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like that's my brother, bro. Like in a sense, that he became like a friend from client to friend to family type shit because like, you know, it was just like it just became deeper. But his shit was like we butt heads all the time. Like yo, man, if it's more money, I'll figure out how to make it, bro. And I used to tell him like, bro, I don't care about that shit. Like, you know, your music is dope, and it is to this day. You know what I'm saying? Like he hasn't fall off or not. He's gotten better. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But like he was one of those artists that at the time didn't have it, and then I just stuck through with him, and then and now he's good, and then it's boom. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and it's like
good building a relationship with him.
But not all artists do that. You know what I mean?
A lot of artists they won't take you with them.
No, and it's cool.
And it's not their job to take you with them.
I mean, it's not, but you'll feel some type of way, like, damn, like, I mean, you know, there's situations that happen to me that I won't speak on, but like, you know, it's just one of those things that like, damn, I really should have got that chance. You get what I'm saying? But it is what it is. You know, you'll get that chance regardless, so you can't think of it.
How do you deal with that? Like, feeling like, because you know, as a videographer, I feel like that sometimes too that you missed out on a chance. Does that change the way that you look at the artist, or is it okay? You didn't pick me for that, but I'm gonna still keep the same relationship.
You know what? I've learned that a lot of times when artists either get signed or whatever, that sometimes they don't always have control of who can do their shit anymore. You know what I mean? Like sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, and you kind of find out that the ones that you thought did have that control don't end up having that control. You know what I mean? Because like the label's paying for it now, so the label gets to choose. You know what I mean? Versus it would be out of their pocket so they can pick whoever the fuck they feel like picking. You know what I mean? So I've learned that because I learned how shit works. You know what I mean? Because I've dealt with labels and it's like labels have guys that they shoot with. They have their in-houses. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like you have to get in that little, it's like a little clubhouse. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to get in that club to be like, oh, I'm here now. You know what I mean? But I mean, at first, there are a couple situations I have, you know what I mean? You know, but honestly, the way I deal with it, just like, fuck it, it is what it is. I'm gonna still create. I'm gonna keep it moving, still create, because eventually, my work will speak for itself to a point where it's not about me, it's not about the artist anymore. Because if you just make it about the artist, you're gonna fail too. Like, you need to cater to the artist, but you also need to, you know, cater to, it's like a relationship, like a marriage almost in a sense, where you gotta make sure your partner's good, but you gotta make sure you're good too. Because if you ain't good, then the whole shit falls apart. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of time, especially when you first getting into the business of the cameraman, like you're just so eager to work and to be around these people to get the footage that you don't realize they might be using you or might be putting you in situations to where they really don't care. They just want the
a lot of artists just want content, and they don't give a fuck who makes the content. You know what I mean? Like, how
did you separate yourself? Because you don't seem like the type of director that somebody will call and be like, "Hey, pull up to the strip club," you know, just to get these pictures. Like, how did you separate yourself from that crowd?
You know what I mean? I just said, no, I don't want to do that, or I knew that's what they wanted. I just don't pick up the call. Like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that because it's like, or just have that conversation. Like, sometimes people are just afraid of, like, have that conversation with somebody. If you keep it real with somebody, they're gonna, like, if they're real, they're gonna keep it, like, they're gonna understand that shit. They're like, all right, You know what I mean? You don't want to do that, we'll just get someone else to do that shit. You know what I mean? Right. And we can use you for this. And if they don't want to use you if that messes up the relationship, then you're better off. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it just depends what you want to do. You know what I mean? Some people, some videographers want to do that. They want to be around all that shit. Like, I don't give a fuck about being around that shit. You know what I mean? It's cool. Chasing.
Do you want to be like one of those celebrity cameramen?
Man, not really.
Because you posted something about it the other day about directors and I forget what the status.
Okay, so yeah. So I was talking about I forgot the dude's name. He just directed a weekend video, and what's his name?
Pascal Gutierrez.
There you go, Pascal Gutierrez. Yeah, so we went on his Instagram. Dude has like 7,000 followers, but you're directing a video for the weekend,
right?
Like arguably one of the biggest stars in the world right now. So you tell me if followers really matter. No, you just gotta be where you need to be. You get what I'm saying? Like,
right.
You just gotta have the creative mindset to do that shit.
You think people focus too much on
the cloud and the cloud? Fuck yeah, hell yeah. I think they do too for sure. It used to bother me like, damn, like, you know, if I had more followers, you know, I get more bookings, but
right.
You know, I let that go. You know what I'm saying? A while back, and it's like, and my bookings never stop. You know what I mean? Like, I have during the pandemic, I did definitely shoot way more than I should have, but I just realized that damn, I really do have all this, like, people really do fuck with me to a point where I should have turned on shit, but man, like, that shit don't matter, bro. Like, at the end of the day, just you focus on your craft, you create shit that you need to create, and it's dope. You know, that shit's gonna sell itself at the end of the day, and they're gonna fuck with you no matter what, and anybody can shoot 20 people in the hood on the porch or in the street. You know, I could do that shit like this with my fucking iPhone. You know what I mean? And it'll look good. You know what I mean? I put 2 lights, boom. But not a lot of people can tell stories, and not a lot of people can pull off concepts. And if you're a director that's up and coming, if that's what you want to do, then focus on that. But if you want to be the flashy guy that shows then focus on that. You just gotta choose what you want to do as a director or videographer or whatever. Whatever style or niche you feel like find it and go that way. If not, like, you know, you can't just be everywhere with the shit. You know what I mean? You have to find that lane and pick it and stay there.
So as a director, like, personally, what are some of the biggest obstacles that you face?
Creating concepts, good concepts.
Where do you get your inspiration from?
Man, I watch a lot of movies. I watch music videos all day. I can reference music videos from like the 90s and shit. Like,
do you like almost to the point to where you study music videos?
Yeah, I'll watch them to enjoy them, but then I'll watch them again. I'm like, oh shit, and then I'll try to figure out what they did and all this other shit. Like, I mean, that's really all I do. Is if I'm not shooting, I'm literally just watching movies or like
watching music videos.
Trying to enjoy life and shit. Life in general, man. Like you sit back and enjoy your shit and just live your life, you'll find inspiration. I drive around a lot too, you know. I'm not going nowhere, wasting gas, but not listening to music. You know, I feel like I get my best ideas driving around, listening to whatever the artist sent me, because I can actually go around, see something, see the world, and I might just see something and boom, oh shit, I like that, you know. And then, so, you know, like, oh, I got an idea. That's how I came out with a lot of corny shit, like a lot of ideas. Man, we shot videos underwater. We shot a bunch of shit, like, you know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
I've seen some of them.
It was just
dope. The last one you did, that one was really dope too.
The black and white one.
Yeah.
There was one of those.
Not too many people can pull off a black and white video.
No, I actually got a lot of those imagery I got from from just like portraits and shit that I watch. So I follow a lot of artists, like painters and shit like that too. Like, I just follow like art. Everybody's an artist in their own right, you know. So like, whether you're a photographer, videographer, rapper, singer, you know, you paint shit, you're an artist, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna find it, you know. I find inspiration from everybody from like that does art.
Do you struggle with like your editing times?
What do you mean, like
turnaround time?
Yes and no. You know what I mean? Like, I struggle with it because I don't structure my time good enough to how I used to do it. You know what I mean? Before, I used to have a certain amount of things I've done.
Right.
All right, I do this amount, and then boom, 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 I'm good. I can turn them around quick if I need to, but I don't like to turn them around quick because I'll see something and be like, fuck, I should have changed that. Right. Or damn, I should have changed that.
I don't think a lot of artists realize that either. It's like, it's not like just shoot the video and then go home and edit. Like you really have to.
Well, that too, and like I have a fucking life, bro.
Yeah.
Like
you got to be in the mood first. You got to have the free time, and then you got to be inspired. Like if you really have, because sometimes you just don't feel like being creative.
Yeah, I mean,
you just don't feel like editing.
And editing is also an art in itself. So you can't just put them together. You gotta like figure out how to like make the song and the cuts go together to a point where if you're doing a lot of transitions or if they're clean cuts or whatever, you know what I mean? Like it's a flow. You know what I mean? Sometimes you're just overworked and you can't just go boom 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 and then make it work. And then I'm gonna make it work. And here's this piece of shit that I just gave you. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to do that.
What advice would you give to the artists in the situation and the directors in the situation to where they come into a disagreement about time and time management and the turnaround time for the video? Like what makes a smoother relationship working with you?
Working with me? I mean, you just gotta let me do me, honestly.
Right.
Like, a lot of motherfuckers don't like that. Like, I mean, like, that's how I bumped heads with, I like, to this day, like, I bump heads with Courtney a lot, like, over the shit, you know what I mean? Like, he's like, bro, I get it, but just, we need to get these quicker. And it's like, I joke with him, like, all right, bro, if I put you in front of this motherfucker, you better protect me, because these motherfuckers gonna be mad. But, nah, like, he understands, like, sometimes, like, you know, I had to make sure I'm taking care of somebody I shot beforehand, you know what I mean? Like, and there's guys that pay extra to get the shit done the next day, but they'll hold it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. Like why'd you make me stay up till 5 a.m.?
Yeah, man. There's artists that I work with that literally were like, I need that video tomorrow, bro. Here's X amount of money, blah blah blah. All right, and then sit in the video. Like I thought you're gonna drop this bitch
ready
tomorrow.
To drop
like,
it? Oh no, we're gonna drop it next month.
Like, there's only artists I know that drops it when you give it to them is like Vaz and shit like that. But like, you know, we did that No More Pain video during the protest and all that shit. You know, man, I'm gonna get fucked up for this. But we shot the video. He made the song. We had shot a video I shot a video for him that had that same theme like 2 mixtapes ago. But he never dropped the video. He never, like, it just wasn't like the song he wanted. I just did the video because I wanted to do it. And it wasn't like, then I guess it wasn't the right time. And everything, all the timing with the police brutality was getting worse and worse and worse. Right. And he's like, do you still have that footage? And I'm like, yeah. And then he was just like, nah, man, fuck that. I wanna just make some new shit. I'm gonna go to the studio right now. And it was like 2:00 in the afternoon. I'm like, all right. I thought he was on some bullshit. I know he ain't never on bullshit, but I thought that moment, like, oh, I bet it's on some bullshit today. He calls me like an hour later. I got the song ready. Let's go downtown. I'm like, all right. So we go downtown. We shoot the video. We go to a protest. He's whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Go home. Between 2:00 in the afternoon, the video was up at 8 that day.
You shot it and edited
shot it and video and everything that day. And it's like,
yeah, some people gonna be mad at you. Like, I didn't do this video in a couple hours.
They were. Trust me. I was getting text messages like, I shouldn't be waiting 3 days for my shit. Like, damn, bro. Like, but like, Bez pays that. He paid for the extra and he drops it. He knew what he needed to do and he got it done. You know what I mean? I don't like that. And I told him after I shot it, after I did the edit, I'm like, don't ever put me in that spot. Like, don't ever do that again. Like, I can't, bro. Like, because you put me in a weird predicament. You know what I mean? Like, that's too much. Right. Like, they know I'm capable of doing it, but it's like, now when I watch the video, I'm like, damn, I wish I could have changed that. If I would have had just that extra day or whatever, just to change these things, like, I would have changed it. You know what I'm saying? But, like,
so, like, what would you tell the up and coming videographers about dealing with them situations on the other side?
Like trying to
dealing with artists that's hounding them or
man, I don't know. I don't even know how to deal with it. So I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't know how to deal with it because it's like, bro, like, just don't go off on them. Don't get fucked up. Like, don't say the wrong shit because you say the wrong shit, you might get fucked up. I don't know. Like, depending who you're dealing with, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes I just be like, damn, man, like I want to go off and like tell bro, fuck you, you know what I mean? Like, or whatever, but like, it's like, it ain't worth it, you know what I mean? Right. So damn, I don't even know because it's hard to deal with it as it is. So it's like, to me, telling somebody how to deal with it is just like, you know, don't put yourself in a fucked up position where you know you can't deliver, you know what I mean? Like, because I've done that plenty of times. And like, I be thinking I'm Superman when it comes to this shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's my biggest fault is that I think I can do everything. You know what I mean? And I can't. You know, that's probably my biggest fault as a director is that I think I can do everything.
Do you feel like you're like, 'cause obviously you're one of the I'll say like the OGs in Detroit. Mm-hmm. Do you feel that like you're one of the mentors, and do you have like other cameramen reaching out like, hey, can I shadow you, or do you have any advice for me?
I mean, man, OG, damn, that made me feel old as fuck. Well, no,
no, not in the sense.
No, I know what you mean. No, I know what you mean. No, I definitely know what you mean. I have people reach out to me all the time, but it's like I barely have time for my own shit. It's like, right. I don't want to like feel like I'm leave you like you're gonna feel abandoned if I'm like, yeah, I got you, and then like I don't have the time to like help you out. And like if you wanna, I'll text you the advice or show you where to go to find the answers you need. But trying to like have you shadow me, it's kind of hard. You know what I mean? Because I've done it in the past where and just people aren't always serious, or they just want to be around rappers.
The artists,
like,
right?
It's like, all right, you don't want to do this like this. What you want? You don't want to. I'm not the guy you should be shadowing. You know what I mean? Like you should be shadowing somebody else. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm not the guy that you should. Like so, like to me, it's just like I try to just filter that shit to who I know I feel might be like somebody that's really in love with the shit. You know what I mean? Like, and then kind of take it from there. Like, but as somebody that's been doing this for a while, yeah, I do feel a responsibility, like to say certain things. If you have a question for me, I will definitely answer it. A lot of people, oh man, thanks, bro. Blah, blah, blah. Like, bro, I'm a regular freaking human being. Like, I'm just like anybody else. Like, I feel like any of us are disposable sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, one year could be me being the top guy in Detroit. The next year is this person. The next year is that person. And next thing you know, I'm the top in Detroit or the world or whatever the fuck. It's like it's a constant cycle. Like you can't think of it like that. Like if you're trying to always be the top because you just want to have that glory, like this shit ain't for you. You just gotta worry about making dope shit, and that's it. Like,
what's your goal? Like when everything's said and done, what do you want to be known for?
I want to be known for creating, like, when I get back to the movie shit, which I will soon, I want to be known for creating just stuff that touches people emotionally. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had artists that I send back their videos and they call me like, bro, that was like, one particular artist, I did something that's kind of like, it was like close to his life and what happened, how he grew up, and he called me crying. Like, toughest motherfucker I know. You know what I'm saying? Like, call me like, bro, like, you ain't never gonna top this video. He told me that shit. He's like, you're never gonna top this video because it was so personal. And I don't know what you did or how the fuck you got in my head, but I made it to where it triggered that for him. If I can make more things like that, like I feel like I'll leave a great legacy behind as a director. You know what I'm saying? Like whether it's movies, music videos, anything, because like that's what movies do for me. They trigger emotions out of me. You know what I mean? Like either I'm happy or sad, whatever. Like, I've had movies that made me feel excited, that made me cry, that pissed me the fuck off. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's just like because that's what they're doing their job. That's what they were intending. You know what I mean? So I want to make stuff that triggers your emotion, that makes people feel like, damn, really felt good, or I really felt this, or I was really scared when I seen your scary movie, or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Like, right. I want to make that. I want to make just emotional like roller coaster of pieces of art. You know what I mean?
So if an artist wants to work with you, how would they
I need $1 million. So I'm just talking shit. I mean, just hit my email. Hit my email.
You have a manager, or you just
it's just me. Okay. No, I mean, I kind of had that for a little bit, but I mean, as a director, you don't need that shit. I'm not an artist, bro. Like I'm an artist, but I'm not like a rapper, bro. You know what I mean? Like I can manage my own shit for the most part. I think I can. But no, I don't have a manager. No, it's just me. Just hit my email, or I have all my contact information in my where it says contact in my Instagram, and then send me the song if I fuck with it, and then like and if the budget's good enough to where we can do something, let's do it. You know what I mean? Like,
where can they find your content?
See, that's the tricky part because my content's everywhere. Every artist I work with has their own YouTube and shit. So I mean, probably just my social media. Everything on social media, every single thing, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that shit is directed by Diego. All that shit is all like, you just put directed by Diego. It's all gonna pop up. You can whatever I post, that's my shit. I mean, there's other shit out there, but usually like I post like you know, the cool shit, not just like the run and gun shit.
Right.
I want to post the shit that, you know, I feel like represents me the most. A lot of people are like, oh, you didn't post my shit. I'm like, that doesn't represent me. It's like, I like the song, but you didn't want to do nothing cool. You just wanted me to pull up and shoot or just want to rap. And that's cool too.
That's not really showcasing your
abilities. I want to show my abilities. Exactly. Right. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. I want to showcase my ability. I want to showcase that, you know, I have creative control over this and that. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's really what it is. That's what labels are looking for. They want to see dope content, you know, from an artist. It's the song's cool and everything, but like they want to know if you're moldable. If as far as the rappers go, they want to know if you're, you know, if you're marketable. You know what I mean? Can you do this? Are you willing to do that? Can somebody wear your clothes and look good in them? You know what I mean? Like, and then as far as creatives go, like, can you make this bottle of water look like a commercial? You know, when we shoot it in the music video, because you know, they might get a sponsorship that might bring that budget down. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, you know, because Essentia gave them $20,000 to put their Essentia thing in a video, and now that budget went from 100,000 to 80, and it saves them money. You know what I mean, or whatever. Or now they got the extra wiggle room to do whatever they fucking feel like doing. But like, can you make it look good? Can you make my artists look good? Can you make the models look good? You know what I mean? It's not just about just shooting some shit. You know, it's about making everybody look beautiful and shit. At the end of the day, because it's entertainment, man. We gotta make people look good. That's all it is.
Man, on that note, man, I appreciate you coming by.
Appreciate you for having me, man.
And we're gonna do it again, man, because there's a lot more we could touch on, a lot more knowledge you got for the up and coming directors.
Let's get a director roundtable. We can do that.
Get it going, man.
That'll be another segment. I'm down for that.
All right, man.